William Blake said, "What is now proven was once only imagined. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but foresight is better, especially when it comes to saving life or some pain." Good evening, everyone. If thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Light symbolizing knowledge, health, wellness, growth. Presently, the world needs exactly this light to meet the ever-changing challenges faced by humans. So without much ado, let us invoke that light. Vani ma'am, can we have the invocation song, please?
शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धन संपदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते।
Thank you. With this healing light, we continue for more healing practices which the world is aspiring for right now. The vaccination drive was expanded amid the rapid spread of the highly contagious Omicron variant of coronavirus. Yesterday, India's cumulative COVID-19 vaccination coverage exceeded 1,47,000.72 crores. It was 147.72 crores, which has been achieved through rigorous sessions. Over 40 lakh children in the 15 to age group were vaccinated across India till 8 p.m. on the first day of the vaccination drive on Monday. Well done, Young India. This is another feather in India's vaccination drive. Currently, according to the government's data, there is nearly 1.01 million children in the age group of 15 to 18 in Delhi who are eligible to get the shot. In Delhi, as many as 20,998 children aged between 15 to 80 were vaccinated till 6 p.m. yesterday. The data shows superb enthusiasm among young India for vaccination. These vaccination centers have been decorated with balloons, posters, and have been stacked with books to keep the beneficiaries entertained while they wait before and after their jabs. The idea is to make it as comfortable and inviting as it possibly can so that children in this age group can come forward and get the shot. To get further insights into this procedure of vaccination and what we know and we not know about it, we have ITL Public School welcome you all to today's webinar on vaccination drive for 15 to 18 years, protected together, be a vaccine champion. To bring clarity on all aspects of taking the vaccination, we have with us our esteemed panelist, Dr. Vikas Taneja, HOD, Pediatrics, Manipal Hospital. We have Ms. Aparajita Gautam, President, Delhi Parents Association. We have Commander Arun Jyoti. Presently, he's the Vice President, Head of Corporate Affairs, Smiths Group. We have Dr. Gagandeep Kaur Gulati, educationist, entrepreneur, corporate trainer. We have with us Dr. Sudha Acharya, Principal, ITL Public School, Chairperson, NPSC, National Progressive Schools Conference. We have with us HOD Computer Science, Ms. Neelam Roy. We have Prateek Arsh, Head Boy, ITL Public School. We have Vani Jain, Head Girl, ITL Public School. We have Sanchaita, Head Girl, ITL Public School. And we have Navya Seth, the Vice Head Girl, ITL. So without further ado, let me request our moderator for the webinar, Dr. Sudha Acharya, to take over for further proceedings of the webinar. Over to you, ma'am.
Namaskar, and thank you, Ritu, for doing the introduction part. I feel elated and privileged to have our parents amongst us who are with us in all our journey, right from the day when we were confined at home in 2020, March 2020. So all of us have traveled this journey and a lot of ups and downs, but we are all together. And I'm privileged to have my prefectorial body, head boy, head girl, and our student leaders, our peer leaders, who are our future citizen, and they're really taking care, as Ritu said, that well done, young India. So you are all amongst them. I'm very proud of you. So to start with, as UNICEF says, school should be the last thing to close down. School should be the first thing to open up. So we want you children back in school very, very badly, because we have seen what what we assume, that there will be a generational catastrophe if schools remain closed. And as per an article, Delhi and Ghana are two cities in the world which remain closed for maximum number of time. It has long-term repercussion. And slowly parents are realizing. Initially, the safety concern, of course, we all are concerned about the safety, security of our children. We are all together in that. But initially, we were seeing that parents thought that school should be closed all the time and we can take care at home. But now slowly parents are realizing what are the behavioral pattern, what kind of socio-emotional learning they are lacking, and what is the gap, and how soon we can breach that gap, learning gap, huge amount of learning loss. Not only learning loss, we were talking to these children who are peer leaders. They are saying they themselves are realizing the behavior pattern, what have, a lot of behavioral patterns, changes and aberrations. There is sleep hygiene, diet hygiene is not there at all. They are deprived of schedule. But today we are together to talk about Omicron variant, its impact, and what are we doing together. And as a school, all the stakeholders of ITL Public School, or if I say ITL fraternity, we are all together here. And what kind of initiative all of us we can take to deal or to decode this variant and become successful, and then again join back school. So in this journey, I would invite Aparajita ma'am first. She's a parent of ITL Public School, but of course she's the president of Parent Association Delhi. So she's coming across a lot of parents and their perspective also. So I have been with her in different news channels, and also mostly I know her opinion and all. Of late, I was congratulating her for voicing concern of parents and children in the national channel, so that we can come together and take some initiative. Aparajita ma'am, I would come to you first. I would want to know from you, what are the common apprehensions or assumptions from the parents' perspective, and you have a macro view, as president of Parent Association of Delhi, if you can throw some light on that. Ma'am, just unmute yourself.
Thank you, Sudha ma'am, and thank you for all the members here. मैं यहाँ पे बच्चों को भी देख रही हूँ, जो आई थिंक आपके यहाँ के हेड बॉय और हेड गर्ल्स भी हैं, और यहाँ पे टीचर्स भी मैं देख रही हूँ. मैं आपको दोनों पर्सपेक्टिव बताने की कोशिश करूंगी, बच्चों का भी और पेरेंट्स का भी. तो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द पेरेंट्स पर्सपेक्टिव. अगर मैं वैक्सीनेशन की बात करूं जो अभी स्टार्ट किया है गवर्नमेंट ने, तो यहाँ पर हम लास्ट ईयर से अगर इसको कंपेयर करते हैं, और मैं बात करूं तो हम और आप जानते हैं एज ए प्रिंसिपल कि अभी जो खासकर बोर्ड के बच्चे हैं उनके प्रैक्टिकल्स भी होने हैं, जो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. और लास्ट ईयर हमारा जो प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस ये रहा था कि जब बच्चों को स्कूल में बुलाया जा रहा था प्रैक्टिकल्स के लिए, तो वहां पे पेरेंट्स के साथ साथ बच्चों को भी एक डर था कहीं उनको इन्फेक्शन ना हो जाए. और ये भी देखा गया था वो वायरस जिस तरीके से सेकेंड वेव हम सबने देखा है जिस तरीके से फैल रहा है, सेम सिचुएशन आज भी आ गई है. तो कहीं ना कहीं पेरेंट्स को डर था मैं प्रैक्टिकल के लिए बच्चे को भेजूंगा. देखिए ये सिर्फ एक मैं बोलूंगी ये एक बहुत बड़ा एक के साथ एक चीज जुड़ती है. पेरेंट्स भेजने में भी डर रहे थे, बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स ऐसे जो भेजना चाहते थे, बट ड्यू टू ट्रांसपोर्टेशन आपको भी पता है कि आज भी बसेस अलाउड नहीं है. तो एग्जांपल लेते हैं उन पेरेंट्स का जो वर्किंग है, मदर और फादर दोनों वर्किंग हैं, चाहे वो वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर रहे हो, उनके लिए वर्क फ्रॉम होम करना भी उतना ही इंपॉर्टेंट है। आज जैसे हम लोग वेबिनार कर रहे हैं, इस टाइम पे अगर कोई स्कूल मेरे बच्चे के लिए कहेगा कि आप बच्चे को ड्रॉप करो, तो टाइम मैनेजमेंट प्रॉब्लम आती है। तो पेरेंट्स का ये बहुत बड़ा कंसर्न था, बच्चे को भेजे तो भेजे कैसे। दूसरी बात, भेजते हैं, बच्चों को बाई चांस इन्फेक्शन हो जाएगा, वेदर स्कूल इज फॉलोइंग एसओपी और नॉट, कहीं ना कहीं आप लैग कर जाते हैं। चाहे बच्चे खाना खाने के लिए मास्क उतारे, बहुत सारे ऐसे कंसर्न्स थे जो पेरेंट्स शेयर कर रहे थे। ऊपर से बच्चों का डर, बच्चों का ये डर कि ठीक है बड़े लोग तो वैक्सीनेशन उन लोगों के पास तो आ गया, हमारे पास नहीं आया, हम क्या करेंगे। एंड ट्रस्ट मी सुधा मैम, आज भी हम बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चों को एजुकेट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं जिन्होंने अभी लास्ट मंथ तक टर्म 1 को कैंसिल या पोस्टपोन करने के लिए ड्राइव चलाया था। तो मेरा जस्ट ये कहना है, इनके जो कंसर्न है, वेदर इट इज पेरेंट्स और स्टूडेंट्स, और डेफिनेटली आप लोगों का भी यही है, क्योंकि आप यहाँ पर एज ए टीचर बैठे हैं, एज ए प्रिंसिपल बैठे हैं, बट कहीं ना कहीं आप लोग भी पेरेंट हैं, क्योंकि हमारे बच्चे इस कोविड में कैरियर का काम करते हैं। वो अगर उनके ऊपर इतना ज्यादा इफेक्ट नहीं होगा, बाकी तो डॉक्टर विकास तनेजा इज हियर जो इसमें लाइट करेंगे, तो बट हम ये जानते हैं बच्चे कैरियर का काम करते हैं, तो बच्चे जो घर में जाते हैं वो बड़ों को ज्यादा इन्फेक्शन हो सकता है। तो हमें लगता है आज जो वैक्सीनेशन जिस पे हम लोग ये प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं, मैं सिर्फ आप लोगों के यहाँ पर क्या हम लोग डिफरेंट चैनल के माध्यम से भी पेरेंट्स के तक और बच्चों तक मैसेज पहुंचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि वो जाएं और वैक्सीनेशन जरूर करवाएं। मैं दो चीज में अपनी बात में खत्म करना चाहूंगी। नंबर 1, गाइडलाइंस को, कोविड-19 की अगर आप गाइडलाइंस को थोरो स्टडी करते हैं, जो एज 15 और 18 के एज के लिए अभी आई है वैक्सीनेशन में, तो उसके पेज नंबर 4 के जिसमें लिखा है कोविड फीचर्स एंड प्रोविजंस, उसके पॉइंट नंबर 2 पॉइंट नंबर ए को देखिएगा, यानी कि पॉइंट नंबर 2A को अगर हम उसको रीड करते हैं, जो मेरे ध्यान में आई बात, वो ऑल दोस एज्ड बिटवीन 15 इयर्स और मोर, ऑल्सो दोस बर्थ ईयर 2007, यहाँ पर ध्यान देने वाली बात है। ये जो लैब्स मैं क्या कह रही हूँ आप सबके यहाँ पर, इसलिए मैं बताना चाह रही हूँ, मैम ने जैसे बोला मेरा बेटा भी स्कूल में पढ़ता है, वो 2007 बॉर्न है, बट वो सितंबर बॉर्न है, तो मुझे लगा कि जनवरी में वैक्सीनेशन में मैं अपने बच्चे को नहीं करवा सकती, बट ऐसा नहीं है। 2007 बॉर्न को भी आप जाके अपने बच्चे को वैक्सीनेशन दिलवा सकते हैं। सेकेंड चीज, मुझे पता है बच्चे बहुत ज्यादा प्रोएक्टिव हैं, प्रैक्टिकली मेरे साथ भी हो चुका है। जब वैक्सीनेशन हुआ था, ट्रस्ट मी, मेरी डॉटर ने, क्योंकि हस्बैंड जिस उससे निकले थे, ही वाज हॉस्पिटलाइज्ड फॉर 20 डेज, उनका वैक्सीनेशन अभी नहीं हो सकता था, बट मेरी डॉटर ने इनिशिएटिव लेकर अपना और मेरा वैक्सीनेशन को रजिस्टर करवाया। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है जो यंग जनरेशन है, आप लोगों के ऑलरेडी यंग लीडर्स यहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं, तो मैं उनसे भी कहूंगी जस्ट सर्कुलेट दिस मैसेज, क्योंकि आप लोग टेक्नो सेवी हैं, आप 2 मिनट नहीं लगेगा आप लोगों को कोविन वेबसाइट में जाकर रजिस्टर करवाने का। प्लीज गो हेड, प्लीज आप करिए। प्लस आपके घर में अगर कोई बड़े हैं आपके, जिनको आप जानते हो, चाहे फैमिली रिलेटिव है, अगर उन्होंने भी वैक्सीनेशन नहीं लिया है, प्लीज आस्क देम कि वैक्सीनेशन लीजिए, क्योंकि वैक्सीनेशन कहीं ना कहीं वायरस के इम्पैक्ट को आपको कम करेगी। तो ओवर टू यू सुधा मैम, थैंक यू।
बहुत अच्छा बोले आपने अपराजिता मैम। ये पॉइंट हमने नोट डाउन कर लिया था जो आपने बता रहे हैं कि 14 years above also that age limit has come to us, and today only we have given that notice in 9th class, because few students of class 9th are also eligible for vaccination.
Yes.
We have taken a note of it, and we have told them, and daily basis we are talking to parents, and parents have come forward. In ITL, I'll tell you one thing, हम लोग बड़े फॉर्चुनेट है, जैसे यहाँ कमांडर अरुण ज्योति जी बैठे हुए हैं, विकास तनेजा सर बैठे हुए हैं, गगनदीप मैम बैठी हुई है, they are all in our journey. Right from the beginning in 2020 जब स्कूल बंद हुआ था, एंड हम सब लोगों को पता नहीं था मास्क कैसे पहनना है, एंड अपने आप को सैनिटाइज कैसे करना है, लैब इक्विपमेंट्स कैसे करना है, तब पेरेंट्स ने हमारी बहुत अच्छे से साथ दिए थे। पेरेंट्स स्कूल बिल्डिंग के अंदर थे, हमारी क्लास की मॉनिटरिंग करना, एंट्री एग्जिट स्टेयरकेस, everything was done by parents. So in that perspective, I'm very fortunate to have that kind of parents in ITL really. So we are all together. इवन सेकेंड वेव जो बहुत ज्यादा हमारी पेरेंट्स ग्रुप को, टीचर्स को एंड बच्चों को अफेक्ट किया था. आई नो दैट आवर चिल्ड्रन हैव गॉन थ्रू अ हेल. I mean, they have lost their loved ones. They have gone through loss and grief also. And हमने उनकी साथ दिया था तब. And यहाँ गगनदीप मैम बैठी हुई हैं जिनका पूरी फैमिली अफेक्टेड हो गए थे. हस्बैंड, वाइफ, बच्चे सारे अफेक्टेड थे. एंड हमें इमीडिएटली खबर मिली थी कि मैम की फैमिली. सो बहुत सारे टीचर, बहुत सारे बच्चे. सो जो हमारे इकोसिस्टम में वॉट एवर रिसोर्सेज वी हैड इन आवर इकोसिस्टम, in our school ecosystem, we tried to mobilize that. Like I said, we had oxygen cylinders, we had teachers who used to organize medicine, आधी रात को भी जाके पहुंचाना, ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर को भरवाना एंड सबके पास जाके साथ देना, वो बहुत बड़ी बात थी. सो पेरेंट्स की हमें इसमें साथ मिली. सो टीचर, पेरेंट्स एंड स्टूडेंट्स, ऑल ऑफ अस वेर टुगेदर. अपराजिता मैम, आप अभी बता रहे थे these generation they have technical identity. They booked slots for us, you know, for teachers also, booking slots, booking even ambulance also, going to hospital. They have come forward. I mean, they distributed PPE kits, they distributed food to migrants also. So here we inculcate the value of empathy, care, and compassion. School is not a place only for cognitive learning, but we are giving much more importance to the learning which will make them sensible citizen, global citizen tomorrow. So that way our children are really groomed and empowered. I tell them they are the leaders and they have a voice. And Gagandeep ma'am, मैं अभी आपके पास आऊंगी. You just tell me what was your experience. Now you have your son also in class 11. So what is your perspective? Have you booked for vaccine, and how would you really motivate other parents to come forward? Because you have gone through the second variant and whole family suffered a lot. And now I think you would not waste a minute to vaccinate your son.
Namaskar, ma'am, and namaskar to everyone here. Yes, ma'am, you are totally correct that all the like we really went through very bad time during the second wave, and but we have all the well-wishers like you who are always there to support us mentally also, and just in case emotionally also, and just in case we needed some help. Yes, ma'am, you're totally correct that I would like to put in 2-3 points here. That one thing. What the school, especially ITL, the school and maybe many other schools must be doing, you know, whatever the schools tell the children that has, and the parents, that has a major impact. Why? Because school, the principal, the teachers are really in the real terms the well-wishers of the children. और जो बात हमें बाहर से हो सकता है नहीं समझ आती है कई बारी, but when our teachers tell us, when our principal tells us, we really know that we feel so secure that yes, whatever now they are telling, that is for our benefit. And the step that you have taken by involving all the parents like us and the children, now we are really very assured that yes, this has to be done, this must be done. Yes, ma'am, very soon I would be getting my son also vaccinated, because we have been through a bad time. We have realized that vaccination is definitely for sure very important. And what Aparajita ma'am also just mentioned, not only for the sake of the children, for the sake of the older or the elderly at homes, you know, because now the children become the carriers if they are not vaccinated. So we have to ensure that they must get vaccinated not only for themselves, but for the other people, elderly especially, at the homes.
Thank you, Gagandeep ma'am. I would come to Commander Arun Jyoti ji now. I would ask you about resilience. How would you advise our parents and our children to be resilient actually? Because children have also suffered a lot. I know children are confined at home. They have lost their private spaces. Beside Omicron, they have very little choices, very little independence, very little freedom to think creatively, to do whatever they want. बच्चे बहुत ज्यादा घर में रह रहे कि मैं क्या बोलूं, I mean, they express in front of us that we do not have any independence. So as a parent, do you give that kind of freedom, that kind of independence, that kind of decision-making power, or choose or make choices, whatever is best for them. So that is the part where our children are really talking to us, that parents are of course the well-wishers, but they take all the decisions, where they should go, what they should eat, what they should wear, what they should study. Every decision is taken by the parent. When children are confined at home, there is a huge communication gap. What Ritu was saying, that generational gap. So ये अगर हम 2 कदम चले और वो 2 कदम आए, so ये gap क्या हम दूर कर सकते हैं? How we make our children resilient? Because a lot of parents are complaining that बच्चे और सुन नहीं रहे हैं हमारी बातें, ना उठ के कोई स्केड्यूल है, कोई घर में आए तो आके उनको उनके साथ टाइम बिताना, बातें करना, वो कम्युनिकेशन गैप हैज बिकम ह्यूज. एंड बच्चों की ऑडियो ऑफ, वीडियो ऑफ, टीचर्स क्लास में पढ़ा रहे हैं, असेसमेंट ऑल्सो, you know, they have not studied properly, they have no motivation to study and give their best, so wo Google ko refer karna. And we have such parents also who wrote back to us, question number such and such, my child has referred to Google, so please give 0. And we have given appreciation letter to the parent saying that you are doing the role of teacher here, you know, you are monitoring your child when we are taking assessment, because we are not there. So parents became teachers and teachers became parents. So there is a beautiful bonding between school and family partnership, as I say. So how would you advise how children can be resilient, and how would you advise parents to deal with this generation, especially adolescent children?
Firstly, thanks a lot, Dr. Sudha, for inviting me over for this very, very important webinar. I think it is the most timely subject that ITL school is now touching upon. And anyone who's watching this on YouTube, or, you know, who would see this recording, these are very, very important questions which actually you are touching upon. And the question which, or the, you know, the view which you have asked me to express, I think it is very close to my heart. You know, when I look back on times, I have 2 sons. My elder one is 25 years of age. He's in Australia, and he's just starting his first job after finishing his master's. And then I have a 16-year-old who's in class 10th of ITL school. When I see the kind of gap in between these 2 children, and when I look at even my time, because we fondly remember our own school days, how we grew, and, you know, how we were you know, put into the society, or, you know, put into the mainstream of the society. Each day when we used to travel to the school, when we used to interact with our teachers, when we used to interact with the family elders or with our family friends, I think that is what has made us into an all-round kind of a personality. You know, we all grew up in very, very small towns. I mean, I come from a very small city in Haryana, and you know, it was only because of those kind of motivations that when you ended up meeting your peers, when you ended up meeting your seniors from the school, or, you know, when you went out basically into the markets in the evening and you saw those doctors roaming around, or, you know, people coming back from military academies, those were the things which actually motivated children like us to, you know, follow their path. And that's how we are here today. Now, this question of resilience, you know, it is very, very important for both children and the parents to understand. I know at times we would lose our cool, we would lose our own sanity, and you know, we all have gone through tremendous crisis in last 2 years. It's not been easy. We have seen many of us, you know, in and around near ones and dear ones losing their jobs. We have seen people losing their lives. We all have gone through the onslaught of COVID, you know, in our homes, amongst our family, amongst our friends. It's not been an easy time. So the kind of bonding which ideally we should have had with our children in last 2 years has definitely been lacking. But this is the time to kind of gather, you know, because this is not going to end, or rather we are not seeing an end to the pandemic even now. We are now seeing the 5th or the 4th or the 3rd wave, as we may call it, coming, and it's going to again be, you know, going to be troubling us. Now, this is where both the parents and children have to actually hold each other's hand. It is not that only as a parent I can extend my hand to my son. It is as a child, even he or she has to extend a hand towards the parent and towards the society at large. So, you know, I'll give a very small example. About 2 weeks ago, we decided to put our son into a different mode. So I just told my wife at a 24-hour notice that we are leaving and we are going out of Delhi for 7 days. And we left him all alone in the home. And we gave him a credit card, we gave him a Uber, we gave him a Zomato to order his food so that he can become independent. Because, when that COVID thing happened, I'll be very, very honest, when we went through the COVID, me and my wife together, it was a kind of a nightmare as to if something happens, what's going to happen, behind. So we need to be prepared. Children definitely, and I see your head boy and your head girl and your, the prefectorial team here. These are the children who will be leaders for tomorrow. I think there is a lot which is there in their heart and mind, which probably they are not still expressing to our generation. They definitely have the resilience, because they are the ones who are going to become military leaders for tomorrow. They are the ones who will become professionals for this country tomorrow. As our generation fades away, they will be the one who will be taking over this world and this country. Definitely, they must understand that they need to step up their game. They need to really step out and to ensure that there are no gaps which are left in their learning, both professional as well as personal. So this is what I want to say, and I really want to congratulate you for doing this wonderful webinar on this very important subject. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I would come to Dr. Taneja. I have kept you at the end because you will clarify all our apprehension and doubts. As a teacher, Ritu, I would come to you. So you deal with adolescent group with class 11 and 12. So daily basis, you are in contact with them. What do you observe? I mean, what are the concerns of these students and what concerns parents also express to you? Because last 2 years, it has become such a close bonding. I see that between students and teachers. Even smaller children, we are celebrating parents' birthday also in the class on video, on Zoom, all these things. And school has become a part of the family. But for adolescent children, the psyche is something different, So peer is the main influencer in their life. So they're going through different kind of perspective. They need self-identity, acceptance, all those things they are going through. So in that phase, they are confined in home. So only source of socialization is online classes. So what do you see? What do you observe? Within 2 years, is there any change in their behavioral pattern, in their performance, in their personality as such? What is your observation?
Well, ma'am, if we talk about class 11th and 12th, we have to understand that while children are in class 9th and 10th, they are supposed to have a reasoning mind. But the moment you step into class 11th and 12th, you have a humanistic thinking. Which says, help me to think better. So while this bracket of students, we'll have to understand, they are the slot which have actually seen the school closing and shutting and opening 4 times. In this span of 2 years. Now, if we go back, if I divide this part into 3 sessions, and in fact, like the first time when the school got closed, so there was the online classes became a kind of a gimmick for children where they could get into any kind of a behavior and anybody entering the class. So there was a humor, there was fun element, and they thought pretty much that maybe it's for a shorter duration of time. So when the school reopened, they got some senses back to them, and then came the second wave, and that's the time when the reality of the second wave and how grave it was that actually struck the mind, because this time the virus has got into the houses, and there was hardly anybody who could not, get away with the grief and loss situation which was there. And I remember when we used to take online classes, there was. While the first lockdown had children having humor and cracking jokes around, the second lockdown or the second wave was quite a serious matter for them. And we were discussing, there was let's talk session. There were times when there were children who were all alone over here. There were children who did not have anybody to speak. There were children, and that's the time when Prateek, Sanchayata, and students of class 11th and 12th started off with the peer educator program, and how there was so much to unravel. That's the time when we actually stopped teaching them. That's the time when we actually started, let's keep our books all together at one side and think and, just speak whatever you have in your mind. So that's the time when we have those candid moments. And coming on to, and then this procedure of, the whole announcement of closing our school because of pollution. And this is what we were discussing today in the class also from Sanchayata and Prateek, that, all of a sudden now when the vaccination drive is on, there is a certain kind of ownership that these students are taking, and this is commendable. The first thing which they said was, ma'am, we have seen our elders taking this vaccination and it is pretty safe. So they are not dubious about it. They're pretty sure as to what they're doing. And it's a commendable maturity with which they said, ma'am, my father is supposed to have a very less immunity, and me and my father are the one who are actually stepping out of the house. So it's me, for my father and me, it's very important to take this vaccination. So they did not have any doubt with regard to taking a vaccination. So it was, yeah, you have to go ahead with it. And the urge to come back to school is so much. And there was a plea coming from children ki, ma'am, first dose leke bas aap isko compulsory karo, and we want to get back to school, especially for class 12th. Ma'am, sirf 2-3 mahine to we are left with, we want to get back to school. And this today, when I was discussing with Pratik, and I was mentioning it to him, so what is so beautiful about our life? We were discussing the philosophy about beauty, and Pratik told me, ma'am, the days when we came to school, that is in the month of July, August, and September, and the kind of bonhomie and camaraderie and dealing with each other that was there. Also, very important thing, though the segregation of the online classes gives a buffer time of 10 minutes, but you cannot replace that 10 minutes in school. When the teacher leaves the class, it is a exchange of glances. There's some humor which is striking, or just quickly have a bite of what your mom has cooked for yourself. You can't replace that with an online class where there is a buffer time of 10 minutes, but then that buffer time may be used, maybe I'll just spruce up, maybe my mother has called for a breakfast or something, or maybe something else which may not, excite you as coming to school. So the whole idea of getting vaccinated is, ma'am, we desperately want to come back to school. She said, ma'am, how can I push my limits if I'm sitting on a chair or maybe on my bed, on my sofa, taking an online class? Maybe in another 10-15 minutes, I will just conk off to sleep. But while I'm in a school, that after 45 minutes of my class, when somebody cracks a joke and a teacher leaves and I give me maybe sometimes, and I remember last month when ma'am declared that, you will be getting a PE period, what kind of a celebration it was, that you'll be allowed to go to the playground. So they were so elated. It is such a motivation for them, that, whatever you want to explore, when do we get this kind of an exploration? So the desperate need to speak to each other, the desperate need to express this thing, not that the parents do not understand, but there is a different kind of a magic when you speak to your own peers. There's a different kind of magic. You always get a sense, I have spoken to somebody who understands me well because somebody has seen me the best part of the school, the best side of the school also. So I hope Sanchita and Pratik, you agree with me on what I'm speaking. Yeah. And Vani and Navya also, I hope we are on the same lines, and this is what, and we were pretty motivated, everybody wants to come. And yes, now that the online thing is there, so switching on the video, sometimes it's not so motivational because, Sir, Commander Arun, as we talk about, men in uniform, these are also a little, the young soldiers who are in uniform, and they take pretty much pride in their uniform too. So that's it from my side, ma'am.
Thank you, Ritu. I would, as you said, video on and off. That question I would ask Nilam, who is our technology head. And Nilam, what would you see the technology in education? It has got both positive and negative side. Within these 2 years, we are talking about physical well-being. We have spoken explicitly about mental well-being, or we always talk about holistic education, taking care of their psychosocial requirement, of their physical well-being, of their social, psychological, structural, or spiritual well-being, intellectual well-being. Even we talk about environmental well-being also. Nowadays, we are talking about digital well-being. So when we talk about digital well-being, this morning you were saying me that before board exam and after board exam, the behavior pattern has changed. Sitting at home, children are thinking that we are just studying for exams. The first term exam just got over. Before that, everybody video on, audio on, and they were learning. Now just the exam got over. Now Nilam was telling me that video is off, again audio is off. I don't know who is listening to me that side. So sometimes I get disheartened. So there are certain, when March 2020, we were confined to our home, we really, as educators, we explored ourselves. we experimented. We were not that technologically that savvy. So we took training, and then teachers came forward. They are no less than Corona warriors, I would say. They are also the frontline workers, and they never allowed children not to be educated. There is no gap at all. So they immediately came forward. Within 2 days, we started our online classes, I believe. So initially there was little technical glitch, but later on we really conducted beautifully blended classroom, synchronous and asynchronous classrooms, as we say. But Neelam, you give your perspective, both the side. How would you balance that humanization of technology? Always there is a human face behind the technology, otherwise it has no meaning. So both the plus side and minus side of technology in education, and what is the future?
Namaskar everyone. We all know that we have thrived this COVID-19 till this point because we have digital platforms with us. We have for communication, we are always on WhatsApp, we have Twitter, we have on Insta most of the time. And the social interaction, we all know that the social interaction was only possible because of these technological platforms were there with us. And we also are aware that government is providing so much of information to us on time, based on which we are taking our daily decisions. Our routines are based on what decision is going to come tomorrow. And that is so on time. So that is the advantage. Yes, we are getting out of technology. We are seeing that, okay, for this particular Delta wave, for this Omicron, using the artificial intelligence and digital data, they are doing the modeling and monitoring this infectious virus. Yes, it's still there. Now, there are 2 points which I was discussing with you, ma'am, in the morning, and they literally, I was surprised, I was shocked. There were a lot of emotions in me. So first thing is, we are on social media most of the time. We have to accept it. We need some sort of digital detoxification now. Now, why we need that? Because see, when we are on these apps, they have been designed to glue the consumer. If I am on WhatsApp, I tend to, we all agree that we have the tendency to check the WhatsApp after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Not because something important is going to come, but because we have the compulsion to check it after every 5 or 10 minutes. Now, why this compulsion is coming? There is some, Dr. Thaneja is sitting here. I am so scared to talk on these terms, that we have this dopamine is going to give us that rush. When I'm checking my status, I feel good that moment. When I see there are 10 likes, when I have shared this post, I have retweeted, I have that connection, that connection in my head that, okay, I am connected, I am being appreciated. So what happens is that dopamine rush needs a balance, and we call it a homeostasis. Now that balance, how it's it's a natural process. If we are feeling good, we need to feel bad after some time. And that is why students, what is happening most of the time, they are not only attending the classes. I have seen my 8-year-old daughter who's attending the classes, and the 10 minutes are devoted to see the cartoons. So that means those 5-6 hours she is there on the system. After that, senior students, they have their coaching classes also. And after that, they are on this digital media most of the time. One fact which we have to realize, that constantly having that high dopamine will bring the homeostasis in a fact that they will feel bad, they will feel down, they will feel bored, they will not feel the excitement in minor things, in the daily routines. And that is why when as a teacher, I'm asking my student, please turn on your video. They just keep, that instruction which was so impactful when we were in physical class, it has lost its charm. They are not willing to listen because this instruction is not dopamine high. It's not giving that high to them. So that is the reason, we need to understand that digital usage has to be confined because it's going to have a deep impact on them. Yes, digitization is important. It's happening. It will happen. And I just want to, I'll just refer to a point that last week I was in some remote village of Assam, and I saw the digital classes happening there. Yes, that is the boom side of, that is the positive side of digitization, but at what cost? What cost? The cost is students need to have a time when they are away from all the digital mediums. Just if you can't keep your phone away for 2-3 hours, that means you are addicted. That means you are simply addicted, and we should keep our phones aside for some time. We should bring our balance so that we should feel energetic and motivated in simplest of activities.
Yeah, very well said, Neelam. I was thinking that as our students are sitting here, I always talk about time boxing, to schedule your day, record, analyze, and change how you are spending time 24 hours. You just spend it and then analyze. And if you see some wasteful expenditure of time, then you revert back and make it useful. So that part we can talk to our students. But one positive side of technology also, we would say that children have also experimented. They have been innovative. We could get 42 startup projects from our children sitting at home, and 10 could be scalable. And some class 8 child came up with a robo which can collect ration from the door, and censored taps, calling bells, all those things. So children experimented also. They also spent some quality time with their parents. But now in the third wave, our patience has gone really down, and all of us are really feeling that we should come back to a new normal. Whatever was normal lifestyle, we should come back. But this vaccination has been a silver lining, and we would urge all our students between 14 to 18, as Prajita ma'am said, between 14 to 18, there is a age limit given, and we have informed all the parents to come back. Don't follow that wait and watch psyche, thinking that now only Covaxin is available. We took Covishield, so maybe Covishield is coming. Now one oral dose is available. Now yesterday night, there was a lot of a debate on that oral medicine, harmful effects, how it will have side effects, and also these are playing havoc in minds of parents also. So many of them are thinking that, ma'am, we took Covishield, so we are waiting. When Covishield will come, we will go for vaccination for our children. So all these things are, there is a lot of apprehension going on. Now I'll bring in Dr. Vikas Taneja, who is expert in the field, and he is HOD Pediatrics in Manipal Hospital. As far as school is concerned, we have taken all possible COVID protocol measures, and our students are a part of it. I have never seen a single child taking out mask in school. I must applaud them. They used, वो teachers को रोक रहे थे, मैम आपकी मास्क नीचे है ऊपर कर दीजिए. So in be it in canteen, on playground, in washroom also, in classroom, whenever I have taken round, all of them were fully masked. And students, you are the agent of change. We always say that if we want to see any change, be the change. So through you, we try to pass on public health message also. You created your own mask where it was written, I care for you. That's why I'm wearing a mask, So lovely messages you have done, and your role is very, very important to change the society, be it climate action, be it sustainable Diwali, whatever may be. Now this vaccination drive, your role is very, very important. So I would bring in Dr. Taneja here to clarify all these doubts, what parents are thinking about other vaccination. Is there any side effect of Covaxin vaccine on children? Even a lot of rumors also. On one day on the newspaper, it was there that all expiry vaccines are experimented on children. In Gurgaon, something happened. So these are all fake news. So how to filter it out, and what guidelines you will tell our parents specifically?
Thank you, Dr. Acharya. I was listening to all the panelists. So what I was thinking how to go about it, but and I had good enough time to think or introspect what I should say. So what I feel is I'll divide it into two parts. The first part is related to the COVID vaccine, the myths, the fears, and all those things they have which are there. And the second part is what all we have talked up till now. I'll put my perspective to that also. To begin with, I feel I always say I am a very positive person. I always try to look at the positive side of everything rather than the negative side. Because as it was mentioned by Neelam Sharma ma'am also, say if we look at digital media, if we keep talking about the negative aspects, only the negative points will only come forward. So coming on to COVID first. So one thing we all should understand as medical professionals, we are day in, day out. We know the integrities. We know the virus at the microscopic level. So we know what has to be followed. That is for clear. And we are also aware that what come may, we will not be able to escape from this virus. This, I think, my take on this, and I tell all the people whom I meet that whatever we are doing, whether we are putting masks, still we are not in an ideal world. We are not in a vacuum that nothing can enter. Right. So we have gone through the first wave, we have gone through the second wave, we are now into the third wave. Now, if we look at the whole perspective, to start with, we saw an infection which we knew that it is growing in huge proportions. The purpose of lockdown at that point of time was because we were not prepared. Our healthcare systems across the world, in the best of the countries, are not prepared to handle thousands and thousands and lakhs of people at a given point of time. So the purpose of lockdown was only one: to prepare yourself, to understand the disease, to get an insight into it, and then make our preparations how we will handle it. Yes, in the first wave, we learned a lot of things, but the problems, what happened was that we were not able to follow it in the second wave. And that was the reason we saw such huge disaster happening. So the point to understand here is that this virus, the first wave was the normal virus was there, then we had the Delta variant, now we have the Omicron variant. This is not going to end. We have to live with it. So we know flu pandemic first came in 1917 and it is 2022 and we are still dealing with flu every day. Every season we are talking about flu, we are giving vaccine, and it has become a part of our life. Nobody even talks about flu at this point of time. And 20 years down the line, people may be just talking about COVID like that only. It's because right now it has come in, so that's why we are more concerned about it. So we have to learn to live with it. That is point number one. Point number two is people have started thinking now vaccination has come in, we'll get the vaccine and everything will be fine and we'll be back to normal. Sorry, this is not the concept at all. Vaccine is just to help you tide over and get over with just a mild disease. Vaccination has proven only one thing, that your chances of getting a serious disease reduces. That's all. It's not that you will not get COVID. It's not that the infections will not come in or your body immunity will not go down. Other infections may come in. What I understand or what I tell people is that please, after this, you should have an insight what infections can do. That is the big point to understand. Any infection, today it is COVID, tomorrow it may be some other virus, new virus may come in. What the positive side of COVID is, it has made people aware about their health. That is the most important point. We have started thinking about that we have to keep ourselves healthy, nutritious diet, digital detoxification. We are talking about exercise, time management. We have started thinking about all those things. We use digital media a lot, but now we have also started thinking that it is going beyond boundaries. So we actually if we look at our country, we are the lowest most in taking care of our health. We have become tech savvy, we have grown, our industries are going, everything is going up. We are going towards the west, but in terms of health, we are stuck there. Our hospitals are still not able to cater to a lot many things. Government hospitals are still in a pathetic condition. So the only point here is that we should be focused. Yes, we have to live like that. We have to follow good hygiene. Vaccination, yes, is a part of the process. Now, we all vaccinate our children with so many other vaccines. Whatever side effects we are talking of COVID vaccine as of now, these side effects are there with all the vaccines which we give to our children. But do we ever bother about it? No. Why? Because it has become a part of the life. So mild fever, pain at the injection site, some fever may prolong for a day, that these are the only symptoms which will happen. But the point to understand is that vaccine will not come to the market if it is not safe. So the first important point to understand is the vaccines are safe. Now come to your second point, that which vaccine? Covishield, Covaxin. People are talking a lot about, some says I want Pfizer, some says I want Moderna. People are just reading the social media and making their opinions. Now, any vaccine which has come into the market, we say, once somebody says this vaccine is 90% effective, other is 80% effective, other is 70% effective. What does this mean for a layperson? Nothing. Now, this is what I am trying to explain. Now, if I say this percent is 90%, this vaccine is 90% effective, means if it is given to 100 people, 90 will show good response. But as an individual, I am not sure whether I will fall in that 90% or I will fall in the 10% category. So whether it is 80% or 90%, every vaccine will help in building some antibody levels. Now come on to the virus. Now virus, we have gone through it. We know as of now, we have the data where people have got the disease, mild or severe or whatever. We have people or subset of people who have had both the doses and still got the disease. We have a subset of people who have got both the vaccines and have not got disease at all. We have got subset of people who have got the disease, then the vaccine, 2 doses of vaccine, and now have got the disease again. So there is no guarantee that the disease cannot come again, the second time or third time or fourth time. But every time it is coming, our body is making antibodies, is recognizing the virus and helps to reduce the severity of disease. This is the most important. So whatever vaccine is available, take it. That is the bottom line. Today, Covaxin is available, fine. Tomorrow we may have Covishield, we may have, you can decide. If you have the option of deciding, decide. Right now, there is no option given by the government because we still have not completed the primary schedule for all the people. So very well mentioned that it is for 15 to 18. But our Aadhaar card, which is used as the ID, the software picks up the year of birth, not the date of birth. So I tell you, my kids are 2004 born, right? So they are, if I look at when I go for the vaccination, it takes my kids to be 18 years. So they can go and take the routine vaccination. They have the choice of taking whether Covishield or Covaxin. Similarly, if somebody is 2007 born and is not completed, is not 15, is 14 and a half, still can take the vaccine. So there is no problem. We should not be worried about, it is not authorized, but even 12 to 15, they have done the trials. It is very, very safe. It has still not come out. Why? Because the government is moving priority wise. So first, senior citizens and healthcare workers, then came the general population. Now it is 15 to 18, then it will be 12 to 15, and then we go down. Now people say, my kids are smaller, they have low immunity, we want to look at those. They need the vaccine the most. But the biggest point to understand is that the smallest of the smallest children have milder disease. That is another point. especially if children less than 1 year, they can have more severe disease. But above 1 year, most of the disease, COVID, which we have seen, is mild disease only. Yes, there is one concern about MISC, where things can go out of control, but as of date, that also is perfectly treatable. We have the protocol set in place across the board, internationally. Whatever is available in US is available in our country also. We have not seen that mortality in children, so we should not be worried. Vaccination, yes, we should get it. Now, one point, that point was very, very valid, that that vaccine has expired and the government is giving that. That question also they have clarified. If we go through the details, so vaccines, usually whatever routine vaccines we use in children, all have the shelf life of around 2 years. So this vaccine was brought in with a shelf life of only 6 months. That does not mean that the vaccine has a shelf life of 6 months. Because it is a new vaccine, they look at the stability of the vaccine, how it is behaving. So from 6 months, they have made it now 12 months. Ultimately, the final shelf life of the vaccine would be around 2 years, which they are now observing. If 1 year stability data, 2 year stability data, then accordingly things would come in. So from that aspect, I don't think so we should be worried about it. People are concerned about side effects, which are minor. Vaccination is important, but not in preventing the disease. It is important to reduce the severity of it. So if beyond this, I think if anybody has a doubt, most welcome to ask questions. But I don't think so. Vaccination should be that point where we should be discussing that whether it should be taken or not. It should be taken by everyone.
Thank you so much. I think you have clarified all our doubts, what I raised, the concern by parents, by students also, regarding the expiry date and the multiple choices of vaccines and all those things. Now I'll bring in the peer leaders or school leaders. If you have any query, what is your perspective on vaccination, safety, physical and mental well-being associated with this COVID or during this pandemic, and what you would like to ask either to Dr. Taneja or parent groups are sitting here. What is your emotion? What you would like to talk to your parents? Do you have any anything to share and exchange? It would help your friends, maybe. Pratik, Sancheta, anybody?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Namaskar to one and all present here. It's a proud privilege to be in front of such an esteemed gathering. And actually, ma'am, I don't have many doubts. I would just like to add on something, perhaps. There's this COVID antiviral drug called Molnupiravir. And ICMR's Dr. Balram Bhargava openly said that this pill has not been added to the national treatment protocol due to some major safety concerns. He raised this issue through a press conference.
Yes, Sancheta, it was yesterday only. That's
Right,
what I
ma'am,
was
right.
referring to.
Right, ma'am. The
And
reason
I know why Sancheta is talking about all those things. She's a daughter of a doctor. So
Right,
that's
ma'am,
why
right.
she has all the
Right, ma'am.
information. Yeah, please go on.
Exactly. The reason why I'm raising this point, ma'am, is that when a vaccine is perhaps not efficient, perhaps not safe, our doctors would not release it for the general public in the first place. If it's not safe, they address the concerns. They openly tell everyone that these are the concerns and hence it is not being included in our treatment protocol. So when a vaccine has been, issued for the general public to take, we need to realize that it has been tested. The best minds of the country have worked upon it. The best minds of the world have worked upon it. We are all working together, and as citizens, it's our responsibility now to wear our mask properly, to trust our doctors, and to take the vaccine dosage and do our part for the community. Right, sir.
I would like to add to what you are saying.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
So whatever concern was raised, a press conference was called. That was also for a reason. The reason is that when we are talking of Molnupiravir, it has been approved by CDC. Now, CDC clearly mentions that there are no such concerns about it. But yes, looking at the effect on the reproductive age group women, that it can be teratogenic, it can cause effects on the fetus. The purpose in our country to get a press conference and release this thing is because we want to make it public. So we have a good side to it, we also have a bad side to it. The point
Exactly,
is,
sir.
if a medicine is available for use, people start using it on their own. We have
Right.
seen it during the second wave. People have used steroids, people have used remdesivir, people have used, everything was in short. Why? Now, if they say molnupiravir is absolutely safe, people would stop that also. So it is not only that prescription, but it will be off prescription and it will be available to everyone. So that fear has to be created. A drug, any drug, whether it is a multivitamin, it should not be something which people should just buy over the counter and take it thinking that it has no side effect. Every drug has a side effect. Yes, the percentage may be very, very less, but every drug we have seen, like if I tell you my thing, I am allergic to paracetamol. I take paracetamol and I am gone. So now, suppose if I am in a hospital and I have fever, the only thing that would happen is the first thing to give is paracetamol. So even the minute effects or side effects need to be highlighted so that they are not misused. That is the reason.
Yes, sir, definitely. And that's the point I was trying to make exactly, that side effects, they are communicated to the patients, and we just have to have the ability to listen, to factor out the do's and the don'ts. Actually, there are many studies that prove that most of the students who are facing apprehensions, they get their information from social media. So,
Yes.
exactly. So, getting information.
So nowadays we have Google patients. So
Exactly,
in our medical
exactly.
term, we
Right,
label them.
right.
There are patients who are called as Google patients.
Exactly. My father often shares many anecdotes about such patients, and they're fun to go through, but also pretty hard for him to deal with. So
Yeah.
it really gives all of us experience and perspective. So yeah.
Pratik, what would be your perspective? What are your apprehensions? And how would you motivate your peer group? Now, because it is 14 to 18, of course. So class 9th and 10th, you have got the responsibility to bring them forward.
Yeah, namaskar everyone. I'm very glad to be present in another one of these webinars, and such esteemed panelists are there. Sometimes I feel that inferiority complex. I'll try to do my best. Okay, I feel like everyone has so much to share, but then I also have my own perspective. And thank you, Ritu ma'am, for sharing our hidden secrets with everyone. And Neela ma'am, of course, talked about how it becomes
Pratik,
difficult to
your
manage online
hidden
offline.
secrets we have also gone through. We had the same feeling while we were growing up. So we are talking about giving freedom to students to think creative, to go creative. Do we really give that freedom to you? That's my point. So we have all gone through that.
Thank you. Of course. And I think India has been on the right path to vaccination. And, in the West, you have the concept of anti-vaxxers, where they have this very absurd logic of not getting vaccinated. And even though we call India as a developing country, we've had the least amount of anti-vaxxers in comparison to the West. I think that's a good step that we're taking. We're talking about not believing in social media, believing in the facts. And that's why we have Dr. Taneja here, is answering all the queries. And I think it's always important to listen to a professional instead of going off with something that you've read on social media, because social media can be very clickbaity at times and it's not very authentic. So it's always important to believe in a professional. I believe that consent, though it is important with vaccination, I think we need to realize that it's not just about ourselves. It's a duty that we have, not for us, but our elders, but the society at large. I believe it's important to stop the spread, again, not just for ourselves, but for others. And as Prajita ma'am was talking about, how we as peer leaders are taking this step forward. I think on the day the option became available, we were on the app, all our classmates, and we were just booking the slots. So I'm having mine this weekend. So really excited for that, because again, so important to get back into that routine, as Sudha ma'am was talking about it. Of course, we have our council here. We have Sanchayata, Navya, Shivangi, Vani, and Priyanshi that have always helped me. I think we have always had this bond together. And as Ritu ma'am was talking about in that poetry, a thing of beauty, that reading a bond and like understanding ourselves and others, it just becomes so important, and just helping others. And I think, thank you, Sanchayata. And I think it becomes also important to have a schedule in these times, as Sudha ma'am was talking about calendar blocking and time management, because when you have lost that sense of time and perception, this becomes so important. And of course, I think we have integrated this concept of life skills with vaccination, because it's not just getting a vaccine for yourself, as I mentioned, and it's not just for ourselves. It's not just IQ that we talk about in classrooms. We talk about AQ, we talk about EQ. I think it's so important that we focus on these aspects. And of course, I do want life to get back to normal, because I miss the practical experiences, the hands-on experiences. Like being a science student myself, I wish the schools would reopen soon to get back to the labs and just, do all sorts of practicals. And it's always fun. And so, ma'am, I would want a farewell for all of us, if I can put that point forward.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
So I know when school reopened, Aparajita ma'am, they did not miss a single opportunity to go on the stage and using the auditorium. I never knew the Ozone Day is celebrated with so much great fervor. They wanted the auditorium, they wanted to be on duty. And the day I announced that every day you will get a PT period, you will play. And then suddenly you see in every channel, I say that my school attendance is very good. I mean, it is always above 85%. That's how I get it, because we motivate them to come forward and have little celebration. I mean, school should be the happiest place in their life. They should cherish these memories forever. As Pratik is talking about farewell, I felt so bad for the previous batch. However I wanted, I could not do it. The moment I planned it, the school got closed. But Pratik, I promise you, we will have a grand farewell for you. Whatever is your wish, we would try to fulfill. Now I bring in Vani. She's also the head girl and equally responsible. And all of them have released their beautiful video, multimedia presentation. I always tweet their videos, and it is on LinkedIn, it is on social media. So I'm also on social media, but I'm trying to bring my children there and let them be agent of change. So I bring them forward, and I make sure that they have a voice to be heard. And Vani, you just tell your perspective regarding vaccination. And one thing I must tell you, today I got a phone call from DM's office. Our school is getting the privilege of having vaccination center for 3 days. So all of you can come, and people around, we can be a part of this vaccination drive. And even we have taken a lot of, like Commander Arun Jyoti ji is here. He sent a beautiful video for our celebration, even for Veer Gatha also. We celebrated that with huge fervor, and our videos, your videos are on Defense Ministry web portal. So that's how we come forward and do not waste a single time to celebrate any occasion which is there. Aparajita ma'am, you want to speak something?
Yeah. See, on behalf of many parents, मैं डॉक्टर विकास तनेजा से कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछना चाहूंगी। डॉक्टर, हमारे सामने जो कुछ क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं वो ये बेसिकली हैं, अगर हम लोग कुछ पॉइंट्स को अगर मेंशन कर देते हैं, क्योंकि वैक्सीन करवाने जा रहे हैं, हम ये भी नहीं चाहेंगे कि बच्चे बस उठ के चले जाएं, राइट? तो आप अगर ये बता सकें कि कौन कौन से ऐसे सिम्टम्स हैं जिसमें अभी रुक जाएं, एंड आफ्टर सम डेज, लेट्स से जो भी आप सजेस्ट करना चाहें पेरेंट्स को, अगर आप मेंशन कर देते हैं, क्योंकि प्रैक्टिकली ये तो आईटीएल में वैक्सीनेशन हो रहा है, और आप जितना मुझे पता है आप लोगों के कोलैबोरेशन के साथ वहां पर हो रहा है। आई थिंक यू पीपल आर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ एवरीथिंग, बट ऐसा नहीं है। ये सारी चीजें मैं लार्जर स्केल में इसलिए पूछ रही हूँ क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में अगर वहां पर हो रहा है या और जगह पे हो रहा है, छोटी छोटी चीजों का ध्यान नहीं रखा जा रहा। प्लीज।
मैं सिर्फ एक पॉइंट बोलना चाहूंगा इसमें कि वैक्सीनेशन जो लगती है वो हेल्दी स्टेट में लगती है। तो अगर बच्चे को बुखार है, खांसी जुकाम है, किसी भी तरह की कोई भी इलनेस चल रही है, देन उस पीरियड में वैक्सीनेशन नहीं होनी चाहिए।
नहीं होना चाहिए।
सो
ठीक है।
इट कैन बी 1 day 2 days 3 days 5 days, एक बारी को जो भी इलनेस आई वो खत्म हो गई, वेट फॉर अनदर 4-5 days, चाइल्ड इज एक्चुअली फाइन, प्लेफुल, एक्टिव, तब आप जाके वैक्सीन लगवा।
My
तो
second-
कोई भी इलनेस हो, इट इज
ठीक है।
नॉट फीवर, कफ, कोल्ड में जस्ट लास्ट फॉर 2-3 days, बट अगर सिर्फ हम बोले जैसे आजकल वेदर चेंज है, वेदर चेंज में बच्चों को हल्की खांसी फुंसी चलती रहती है, सम चिल्ड्रन हैव एलर्जिक कॉफ आल्सो, if there is no fever, if there is no vomiting, खाना पीना एक्टिव, बच्चा प्लेफुल है, कोई लूज मोशन नहीं, वॉमिटिंग नहीं, mild cough here and there, हल्का सा running nose, that is not a contraindication, but broadly speaking अगर कोई illness है तो आपको वैक्सीन उस पीरियड में नहीं लेना।
Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Like अगर in case बच्चे को वैक्सीन करवाने के बाद, क्योंकि जो डेटा आपने भी शेयर किया, मैं पीछे भी WHO का अपना कोवैक्सीन का भी देख रही थी जो बायो इन्फोटेक ने शेयर किया है, 10 to 20% में माइल्ड जो सिम्टम्स देखने को मिले हैं। तो मैं जस्ट आपसे ये पूछना चाहूंगी, अगर किसी बच्चे में माइल्ड सिम्टम आफ्टर द वैक्सीन देखने को मिलता है, लेट्स से फीवर, जैसे मेरे डॉक्टर को भी हुआ था, तो वहां पर डू वी नीड टू गिव देम एनी काइंड ऑफ मेडिसिन? इफ यस तो कौन सा?
ओके, सो मैं इसलिए मैंने पहले मेंशन किया कि हम अपने बच्चों की बाकी रूटीन वैक्सीनेशन तो करवाते ही हैं, और एज अ पीडियाट्रिशियन आई कैन टेल यू कि जब भी हम वैक्सीन करते हैं हम एक ही चीज मेंशन करते हैं कि इसमें फीवर आ सकता है। 99% किसी भी वैक्सीन से फीवर नहीं आता आजकल, 1% किसी भी वैक्सीन से आ सकता है। अगर फीवर है, बॉडी एक्स है, इंजेक्शन साइट पे पेन है, you just need to take only paracetamol. Paracetamol is the safest drug to take. तो अगर paracetamol, Crocin, Calpol, different brand names हैं, but short is paracetamol. तो अगर फीवर आ रहा है या बॉडी एक्स हो रहे हैं या इंजेक्शन साइट पे पेन है तो बच्चे को सिर्फ पैरासीटामोल देना चाहिए।
मैं साथ में पूछना चाहूंगी, क्योंकि अभी मैंने बायो इन्फोटेक का कल ही उन लोगों ने ट्वीट किया है कि पैरासीटामोल कोवैक्सीन में भी देने की जरूरत नहीं है, तो यहाँ थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हुआ है, इसलिए मैं आपसे
मैडम देखो कंफ्यूजन क्या है कि पैरासीटामोल देने की जरूरत नहीं, जरूरत क्या है, बच्चे को फीवर आ गया, कोई भी बच्चा है उसको फीवर आ गया, फीवर परेशान करेगा ना, हमें भी फीवर होता है, वी डोंट फील गुड अबाउट इट, राइट? तो पैरासीटामोल जस्ट फीवर को डाउन कर रहा है, पैरासीटामोल वैक्सीन की एफिकेसी को कम नहीं कर रहा है। सो थिंकिंग की भी अगर लो ग्रेड फीवर आ भी गया तो मेडिसिन देने की क्या जरूरत है, दिस कंसेप्ट फॉर डिकेड एज पीडियाट्रिशियंस वी हैव नॉट एबल टू एक्सेप्ट इट।
ओके,
कि फीवर आ गया है और पैरासीटामोल भी नहीं लो और बच्चा परेशान भी होता रहे, पेरेंट्स अलग परेशान होते रहे, व्हाट इज द फन ऑफ इट? द ओनली पॉइंट इज आप मेडिसिन दे दो, फीवर उतर जाएगा, बाकी और कोई मेडिसिन देने की जरूरत।
परफेक्ट, थैंक यू डॉक्टर।
गगनदीप मैम।
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Vikas, I would like to ask 2 questions. एक तो आपने अभी query solve already कर ही दी है कि we expect fever. कई बार क्या होता है, some children are allergic to some medicine. एक तो can they take, मतलब कुछ ऐसा है कि कुछ जिनको एलर्जी है, और सेकेंड अगर जैसे फीवर आ गया या कोई और प्रॉब्लम होती है आफ्टर वैक्सीनेशन, देन कैन दे टेक सम एंटीबायोटिक, यस और नो, व्हाट काइंड, कैसे?
तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट वेयर यू सेड कि हम किसी को एलर्जिक रिएक्शन हो, तो वैक्सीन में फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग बोला जाता है कि वैक्सीन लगने के बाद आपको 30 मिनट्स वहां पर वेट करना। तो कोई भी एलर्जिक रिएक्शन अगर होगा उस 30 मिनट्स में होगा एंड यू आर इन दी ऑब्जर्वेशन पीरियड एंड यू कैन बी टेकन केयर ऑफ, तो ऐसी कोई वरी वाली बात नहीं है। सेकेंड, वी ऑलवेज मेंशन कि अगर आपको प्रीवियस किसी भी वैक्सीनेशन में रिएक्शन हुआ है तो आप जरूर मेंशन करें, because it may not be the vaccine, it may be the components, the adjuvants, the additives which are added, उनसे भी किसी से रिएक्शन होता है। तो एटलीस्ट अगर किसी को पहले वैक्सीन से रिएक्शन हुआ है, that person, adult or a child, should not take the vaccine in a vaccine center, should take the vaccine in the hospital, ताकि अगर उसकी कंडीशन कुछ भी बिगड़ती है तो he can be taken care of. Now some people say कि मेरे को तो रिएक्शन होता है, मैं लेता ही नहीं। फाइन, अगर आप वो एस्पेक्ट से चलोगे तो आपको फिर कोई भी वैक्सीन मत लो, कोई भी एंटीबॉडीज नहीं बनेंगी, आप नेचुरली इन्फेक्ट होगे उससे एंटीबॉडीज बनेंगी। So vaccination is just a passive method of creating an antibody what a natural infection is. So आपको कोविड हुआ तो कोविड वायरस बॉडी में आया, उसने स्टिमुलेट किया और बॉडी ने एंटीबॉडीज बनाई. हम उसको पैसिवली बॉडी में थ्रू वैक्सीन बना रहे हैं. एंड वी गिव अ बूस्टर, जैसे 2 डोजेस लगा, बॉडी में एक एंटीबॉडी लेवल आ जाएगा. इन्फेक्शन आ गया, वो शायद उसको और बूस्ट कर देगा. एक बूस्टर लग गया, वो उसको और बूस्ट कर देगा. सो देयर माइट बी टाइम, say 2-5 years down the line, you might be needing COVID vaccine every year, just like the flu vaccine, ताकि आपकी एंटीबॉडी लेवल जो है वो बने रहे. That's all. Now your second point. Your second part was antibiotic. Now this is the most important point to understand. No antibiotic is required, particularly in children post-vaccination. The antibiotic has to be decided by the doctor and not by the patient on his own, and should be taken over the counter. It has its own sets of problems. और ये इस चीज को एक्सेप्ट करना हमारी कंट्री में सबसे मुश्किल काम है. आज भी 50% पेशेंट जो हैं वो ओवर द काउंटर एंटीबायोटिक लेके खा लेते हैं बिफोर कमिंग टू द डॉक्टर.
Especially during these days, अगर common cough and cold भी हो, azithromycin is just purchased and taken without any prescription, without any doctor's advice.
So that means अगर किसी को अभी तक, obviously हम सब बच्चों को वैक्सीनेशन अब तक कोई ना कोई लगी होती है since the time they were born. तो अब अगर अभी तक कभी किसी भी वैक्सीनेशन से कोई एलर्जी नहीं हुआ, that means कि the child can very easily go in for this COVID vaccine.
Why not? Yeah, just like other vaccines, he can take this vaccine also. और वैक्सीन हेल्प ही करेगा, वैक्सीन नुकसान नहीं करेगा. अगर फीवर आया भी, that is just a mild reaction. That is not a major side effect. मेजर साइड इफेक्ट इज कि आपकी ब्लड प्रेशर लो हो गया, आपको लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग एपिसोड हो गया, चक्कर आ गए, बेहोश हो गए. देयर कैन बी एनी लेवल ऑफ लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग इवेंट्स व्हिच कैन हैपन. ऐसा इट्स नॉट रिपोर्टेड टिल नाउ, एंड इट इज वेरी वेरी रेयर, वेरी वेरी रेयर.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Commander Arun Jyoti ji, if you have any queries, you can ask Dr. Taneja. He's here to clarify from parents' point of view.
No, absolutely no queries. I'm really looking forward to getting my son vaccinated on 10th of January. Just looking forward to that date and that time.
Thank you, thank you. So Vani, we would come to you. What is your perspective regarding vaccination? Have you booked the slot? Are you really feeling responsible for your grandparents, for your parents? You stay with them. What is your perspective?
Namaskar, ma'am, and namaskar everyone present here. I'm very grateful to be a part of this webinar. It has been very informative so far, and I've already gotten my vaccination the day before, and I think everything was fine. Like there was no side, like I just had a sore arm yesterday, and otherwise everything was good. And I do live with my grandparents. So my grandfather is already very informative and educated, so he already got his vaccine as soon as the option started. So that has not been a concern for me. And adding to what Prateek said about being very eager and excited to book for a registration as soon as it started, I think it's because that would mean that there's a chance for us to go back to school, since there are only 3 months left for us, and then everything.
Mani, you have all the chances to go back to the school. We know it. So the most important thing out here is whatever peak you are seeing, we know this peak is not going to last long because it is a milder peak, right? So it is all you all must be aware. It is a graded response action plan. So when the numbers go up, they have to close down. When the numbers come down, they will open it up. So we are expecting that by end of this month, we will be in a position from February onwards, probably your schools should open up. And that would be the best thing to happen. I think from a medical perspective, you people are the worst lot. You have to come to school to get out of it.
I agree, sir. Because, these are just the last few months left, and we would really like to live it, because I believe it's a protected environment that we're in, because after school, everything will change. You will all go in different directions. So it's the last time left for us to be together. And I have some amazing peers. Some of them are present here, Sanchayata, Prateek, and Avya. So that would be great. And yeah.
That would be great. I know that all of you are waiting for that. And that's the motivation to go for vaccination, Aprajita ma'am, to come back to school. So, Navya, what is your perspective? Have you booked the slot? And how would you motivate your friends?
Namaskar, ma'am. Thank you so much. And namaskar to all. I feel very, very privileged as a peer leader to be able to, have this platform wherein, all of us together can encourage our peers to take the step forward. Now, I have already gotten vaccinated day before yesterday. I still have a sore pain in my arm, but that's okay. The benefits outweigh everything else. Now, when I go back to 2020, COVID-19 in general has been a very tough time for everyone. I myself have gone through it. And, this mere thought of even contracting the virus again makes my blood run cold. I really don't want to live that again. And, the fact that now the vaccine is available for my, age group has given that sort of a ray of hope, reassurance. It's that comforting feeling inside me, which urged me to get vaccinated as soon as it was introduced. Now, the fact that our esteemed panelists did point out that our generation is considered tech savvy, it raises all the more concern because, we can come through certain articles that circulate fake news, or not even fake news, but like just news that creates certain anxiety in our minds. And we as a generation are quick to believe it. There is a lot of apprehensions also that are running around. For instance, when I got vaccinated the day before yesterday, my friend just casually called me up and said, Ki, why did you get vaccinated? Vaccination is not 100% guarantee against the virus. Then why are we supposed to get it? Now, that was all the more surprising to me because the generation that is supposed to empower others is themselves in doubt. That is why I believe, and I know for a fact, that this platform and all of us that are watching us today, this platform will provide that opportunity to empower everyone to come forward, get themselves vaccinated. Because as Ritu ma'am said, we really, really want to get back to school. We don't want to get used to this online classes. And as Prateek pointed out, we still have a farewell pending. We were not able to give a farewell, but we really want a farewell. We do want to do those, offline events where we can interact with everyone. We do miss that physical and that practical touch, and we don't want to get used to this. So I think that, getting vaccinated is a step in that direction. And I think that everyone needs to believe that vaccination is the right way to go ahead with everything. And, in general, it will really help us. And as everyone knows that our age group is a very important one and also very inspiring one. So it's on us that we empower others, and we as peer leaders need to take everyone forward and make sure, that everyone gets vaccinated. So
very well said, Navya. So I would give just last one sentence to everyone. What is your last word to this generation as parents? How would you inspire them to come forward? As Navya said, that it is not guaranteeing us that we'll not get the disease. So what is the point of vaccination? So how would we change this kind of psyche? I would start with Commander Arun Jyoti. Even though he has spoken very well in a video, we a vaccine champion again.
I would just say that go with the science, go with what the governments are saying. And right now, this is the time to follow the lead. This is not the time to diverge away from the topic. Just go for the vaccination. That's the best thing to do.
Thank you. Aprajita ma'am.
मैं भी यही कहूंगी कि जाओ और अपना इमीडिएटली जितना जल्दी हो सके अपने आप को एनरोल करो, वैक्सीन लो, एंड प्लीज एनकरेज अदर स्टूडेंट्स, अपने फैमिली मेंबर्स को भी कहो, क्योंकि ये भी देखा गया है स्टूडेंट्स आपस में तो कहते हैं, अपने फैमिली मेंबर्स में, अपने कजन को, अपने बाकी जो हैं उनके साथ भी अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करो। सो जो एंजाइटी है, जो फियर है 1% भी उनके दिमाग में, एटलीस्ट वो दूर हो। और जैसे नव्या ने बताया कि हल्का सा पेन हुआ, जस्ट शेयर ऑल दीज एक्सपीरियंस विद दोस्त। रीजन है कि जब वो थोड़ा सा भी उनमें एंजाइटी होगा वो शायद नहीं जाएंगे। एंड प्लीज नव्या, टॉक टू दैट गर्ल जिसने भी आपको बोला कि आपने वैक्सीन क्यों लगाया था, उनको एक चीज और बताइएगा कि वैक्सीन आपको प्रोटेक्शन देती है, जैसे डॉक्टर तनेजा ने बताया, 100% तो कुछ भी आपके लिए नहीं होगा, बट आपको प्रोटेक्ट करेगी। जो वायरस का आपको इफेक्ट होगा उसकी इंटेंसिटी को कम करेगी, जो सबसे बड़ी बात है। तो दिस एजुकेशन शुड बी स्प्रेड बाय यू। आप लोगों के पास, ये आप लोगों के शोल्डर्स पे हम लोग एक्स्ट्रा बर्डन डाल रहे हैं। जस्ट गो एंड एजुकेट योर पीयर्स। थैंक यू।
Thank you. Dr. Taneja, your last word?
Ma'am, I just want to say to these young guys, एक बहुत important चीज है समझने वाली। India has a population of 140 crores, and when it comes to medical science, 140 crore doctors बन जाते हैं। So the point is, we say ये क्यों कर रहे हो, वो मत करो, इसके ये होते हैं, इससे इफेक्ट नहीं मिल रहा, ये नहीं हो रहा, वो नहीं हो रहा। So we create a doubt in the mind of the other person. So the best way to deal with it is you create a doubt in their mind in your own way. So I'll give you an example. Say when somebody says कि इस vaccine से side effect तो 100% protection तो है नहीं, तो what is the point of taking it? So the answer to it is that I am taking a vaccine, तो मुझे इससे 50-60% protection तो मिलेगी, तुम्हें तो वो भी नहीं मिलेगी। So create a doubt in that person's mind so that he starts thinking critically about it. So now it's a very important thing. Like people come to us and say कि डॉक्टर साहब हम ये एस्थमा की मेडिसिन नहीं लेंगे, इसकी हैबिट पड़ जाती है। या मेरा somebody would come and say कि mothers would come कि मेरा बच्चा ना, मेरे घर वाले बोल रहे हैं तुम्हारा बच्चा तो बड़ा कमजोर है, and they start thinking and they start getting worried and lots of tensions on their head. So we again teach them the same thing, that आपको टेंशन नहीं लेना है। You are coming to the doctor, you are getting all your queries sorted out. You should create a doubt in their mind that what they are thinking is not correct. So the day people start doing that thing, everything will settle down.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So anybody wants to have a last word, please? Otherwise, Ritu, we will wind up. Aparajita ma'am, you would
No,
like
ma'am,
to?
thank you.
Okay. Pratik?
So, ma'am, it was a delight hearing everyone here. I just want to say trust is such an important thing, and we need to have that with our health workers. And even if there's any arbitrary percentage, 60%, as Dr. Taneja said, 90%, 80%, it's still that percent of hope. And if we hold on to that hope, the whole will hope on to us.
And communicate.
Yes, sir, of course. So get vaccinated.
If in any doubt, communicate. That is the best answer.
Okay, Ritu?
Ma'am, to come to those simplest 6 terms and to get back to student, I must say, when you go for an activity and you're so passionate about it, you are on duty. And again, for this vaccination, you be on your duty because you're also vaccination champion. So you be on duty. The way you nag your teachers for something when you have to be put on duty, similarly, nag your peer group that they have to get themselves vaccinated. This is your ownership, right? So that's from my side. Take ownership. Go ahead.